All right, good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining today's session. Today we'll be focusing on Scrum Master Product Owner, and I'll introduce myself quickly, tell you about the company, introduce a facilitator who will shed more light into the journey of a Scrum Master, then call on few people, ex-students, to give their testimony, and finally we open the line for questions and answers. So that will be the order for the day. Please, let's mute ourselves. At the end, you have opportunity to raise your hand to ask any question, or you can as well drop your question on the chat, and we'll be attending to everything at the end of the session. So once again, good evening. My name is Akin Oladeji, and I happen to be the founder of Learn with Pride. Learn with Pride is an IT training organization based in the UK, but we have students all from all around the world. We focus on people that wants to transition from non-IT or non-technical background into the IT space. So we run different trainings, IT trainings ranging from Scrum Master, Product Owner, Business Analysis, Project Management, DevOps Engineer, Data Analysis, Software Testing, Database Engineering, just to name the few. So we run like 8 different IT trainings. We've been in existence over 4 years now. And over that 4 years, over 20,000 students has enrolled or passed through our organization. Um, so that is it about the company. About myself, as I said, the company is based in the UK. About myself, my name is Akin Oladeji once again. I transitioned as well. My background was accounting. I transitioned to become a software automation engineer. And that's the genesis of Learn with Pride. So that is why I know that when you commit, anything you commit your mind, anything you dedicate or commit into, you can make it work. There's nothing too difficult as long as you have someone to support you on the journey, someone to walk the walk with you. And that is what we represent. We focus on practical training and also working on a live project as well. Because I Learn with Pride, we don't really preach certification. Certification without knowledge or experience, you won't get any job offer. So why concentrate on something that um, not doesn't really matter? These days things are changing. What matters most now is for you to gain the right skills, for you to gain the right knowledge, and for you to get that job. Most companies, since I've been working before I decided that, what, I'll face the business squarely. I've never been asked of any certification, so that was the mistake I made at the beginning as well when I was trying to transition, thinking if I sit for a few professional exams, that will give me an edge, to break through into IT, but that was a lie. Despite having like 5, 6 different professional certifications, I wasn't getting the job. Why am I not getting the job? Because I don't have what it takes. I don't have the required skills. I cannot hit the ground running. Yes, I've got the theoretical knowledge because I read for the exam before passing them, but they are not looking for someone with theories. They are looking for someone who can hit the ground running, someone who can do the job. And that is what we represent. We'll take you on the journey from the very scratch, no matter your background, whether you've been doing customer service your whole life, or you've been doing security, or you've been um, engineering, accounting. It doesn't matter. What matters most when you are considering a transitioning journey is your determination. As long as you have that determination, regardless your background, even if you don't have a university degree, right? You can still get job in IT. You don't need to go back to uni to go and study business analysis or go and study software testing. No, That is why IT, most people are moving to IT because of that, and because of the flexibility that you can get from IT as well. Since after COVID, the IT industry has been buzzing. It's been buzzing because companies now realize that, you know what, you don't have to be physically present at the office before you deliver your work. That is why you see most companies now recruiting recruiting from any part of the world, meaning you can be living in Nigeria and secure a remote job with a company in Hungary. You can be living in Ghana and secure a remote job with a company in Australia, as long as you have what it takes, as long as you have the required skill, as long as you can convince them at the interview that, you know what, I'm the right candidate for this job. And that is what this journey will do for you. You'll be able to compete at the end of the program with people who has been doing the job, with people who has been in the industry for the last 2, 3 years. You'll be able to compete with them. But the moment you enroll is a 50-50 journey. You have to do your own 50%. We have to do our own 50%. Our own 50% is giving you the right platform, uh, equipping you with the right skills, with the right knowledge, giving the right support as well on the journey. And the other 50% has to be completed by you. And that is you getting your hands dirty from the beginning to the end. Your training might be twice a week, but that doesn't mean you restrict your learning to twice a week. You have to go above and beyond what has been covered in class, so that you can equip yourself the more on the journey that you embarked on. At the project, when you get on the project, you don't take the back seat. You can't learn anything when you take the back seat and someone else is doing the job for you. You are not on the journey to uh be looking at someone else doing the job for you. You want to get your hands dirty. You want to make mistakes. And, correcting that mistake is when actual learning is taking place, in my own book. So that's what we stand for. We help people to transition, as in with ease. We give you all the right support. We walk the walk with you, to ensure that at the end of the program, you are good enough. You have what it takes, to compete with people out there who has been doing it for few years. I've got a few slides to share. I'll go through my slide quickly, and after that, I'm going to be calling on the facilitator to tell us more about this journey of a Scrum Master. Do you really require an IT skill to become one? Or do you require a technical background to become a Scrum Master? It's going to shed more light into this as well in a bit. But quickly, let's go through my slide. Please, can we all mute our mic, please? All right. So I'm going to jump. It's going to talk about all these ones. So I'm going to jump into why Scrum Master or Product Owner. So this course is like double combo. It's like 2 in 1, or 2.5 in 1, because on this journey you'll be trained as a Scrum Master, you'll be trained as a Product Owner, and also you'll be exposed to a business analyst role. The reason for this is when you finally start, applying for jobs, you are not restricting yourself to just a Scrum Master role. You can apply for product owner role. You can apply for a business analyst role. The most important is for you to get your feet at the door. Whether you get your feet at the door as a business analyst or as a product owner or as a Scrum Master, it doesn't matter. All those people, they work together in the same Scrum team. So after, let's say you get in as a business analyst, after a few months or 6 months, 7 months down the line, that you've seen how Scrum Master actually, how they perform their duties, you can start applying for Scrum Master roles after 6 months, because you are in the system already. It will be easy for you to transition, when you are in the system. So that's why we make the training, the package so intense, so that you can get the value for your money, even get more value than what you paid for. So talking about why Scrum Master is one of the highest paid in the industry at the moment. To me, I'll say they do little job and get paid the more, you know. Um, I'm going to be using UK as our benchmark, because I live in the UK. So if you are considering a permanent role in the UK, you'll be looking at 56, 60,000. If you are considering going for a contract role, you'll be looking at 350, 400, 450, 500, 550, 600 pounds a day. Even let's say you are getting 400 pounds a day after you embark on a 3-month course, that is you getting 8,000 pounds a month. Even if the project or the contract you are on is only for 3 months or for 4 months, the money that you get in that 4 months is more than what some people will get in a year, because using UK as well as a point of reference, the majority, the average salary for a majority in the UK is between 18,000 and 35,000. And you completing a 3-month training, you can compete for roles of 60,000, you can compete for roles of 400 pounds a day. That is the law of money. And that is a position you can put yourself after embarking on such journey. So that is that about one of the reasons why, Scrum Master is one of the is in high demand out there. Also, you can work remotely from any part of the world. This is one of the joy, the great thing, the benefit, the advantages that came with COVID. It make working remotely, so common. Most organizations now, you know, they they leverage on that. Take, for example, a company in the UK that knows if I want to get a skilled someone in the UK, I'm going to be spending around 500 pounds a day. They are now looking beyond their boundary, beyond their country to recruit for someone because they think they can save money. So they now reach out to, let's say, probably Nigeria or Ghana, because instead of paying 500 for someone in the UK, they know they can pay 200 pounds a day for someone in Nigeria. 200 pounds a day for someone in Nigeria is still a lot of money. That is over 200,000 naira per day. So they think they are cheating, or they are getting, two for the price of one. But at the other end as well, when you convert the money to local currency, you are being paid. You are earning a lot of money as well. So it doesn't matter where you live, Ghana, Zimbabwe, South Africa, UK, Australia, you can work with any organization from any part of the world, as long as you have the required skills that it takes to do the job. So that's one of the advantages as well, work remotely from any part of the world, and is in high demand. I know some people doing 2-3 jobs together, because one thing about IT jobs, when you're working in IT, is you are working smart, not working hard. What do I mean by that? Using a nurse as an example, or a doctor, there's no way they can work remotely. Using a security as an example, there's no way they can work remotely. They have to physically go into work and do the 12-hour shift or 13-hour shift or 14-hour shift. They are making good money, don't get me wrong. But do they even have the time to spend that money? They are off day, you see them sleeping at home because they are too tired to even go out and do shopping. But you, on the other end, you don't need to go into work. You are getting real well paid and you are working smart. You can decide to take your kids to school. You can decide to do school runs. You can decide to take your car to the mechanic and you are still working. Not that you are not working, you are working, but you are working smart. You can join meetings from your phone while you are at the mechanic. And that is why you see some people taking 2-3 jobs. I know someone doing 2 jobs and he never worked beyond 5 p.m. for those 2 jobs. Because why? Majority of the time is in one meeting or the other. So the amount of time you use to even do the actual job is minimal because most of the time you are at the meeting. you know. So, oh, and the people doing the job, they don't have two heads as well, you know. So if they can do it, and this is what I tell my students as well, if I can transition from a non-accounting background, a non-IT, non-technical background, which is accounting, to a very technical space, you know, where I write codes in programming language like C Sharp, you know, anybody that puts if you put your mind, anybody with a great determination, you know, can transition with ease as well, provided you have the right support on the journey. And that is what we are providing. We are providing you with the platform, the support, the mentorship, you know, the whole team, the whole equipment, the whole ingredients that you need to make it happen. The whole ingredient that you need to transition, that is what we are providing you on the journey. All right, let's go on. So if you are to come on this journey, what's it going to look like? Let's check that out quickly. So the program is a 3-month program. But the training will only be for 4 weeks. So that will happen twice a week for 4 weeks. That will be every Saturdays and Sunday. Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and Sunday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So the training will go on for 4 weeks. That will be 4 weekends for the training. And during this training, you'll be exposed to the ways of life of a Scrum Master, the ways of life of a product owner. You know, you will be exposed to industry standard tools. You know, you'll be equipped enough so that when you, after the training that you are getting on the live project, you know what it takes to survive on that live project, you know, provided you still have support on the live project. But everything that is needed, everything you need to know as per the journey, you know, you're going to get it during that 4 weeks training. And after the 4 weeks, you'll now be put on a project for another 2 months where you'll be working as part of a full Scrum team. You know, there will be a developer in your team, there will be Scrum Master, product owner, business analyst, testers, and all of you are working together, you know, to deliver a solution for a client. You know, there's no other better way than getting your hands dirty. This is the best way that you can learn. Despite the fact that it's a live project, it's also a platform where you can make mistake and be corrected, because we learn from our mistake. The best way, the fastest way you can learn is learning from your mistake, you know. So the platform is there for you to make use of. So that will be the project. So the project will take another 2 months. As you can see at the bottom of the slide, certificates alone cannot get you the job. You need hands-on practical experience to get the job. Majority will come to me and say, you know what, I want to go and write the certification exam for. I'll ask them, have you done the practical training before you thinking about writing a certification exam? Say, no, I want to do the certification for. But what majority are missing is, it's not about certification these days. Certification without the right skills and knowledge will not get you any job. No company is looking for someone that has only got a paper to show that, you know what, I've read this thing, I've passed it, but I haven't worked as one. No one, because they don't want to babysit anyone. Only if you want to start applying for an intern job, probably that is when you'll be lucky to get a job with your certificate. So why going for something that won't get you the job first, rather than, you know, investing your money in something that will give you the edge in the market, something that will eventually land you a job. And after that, you can now think about, you know what, okay, let me go and do my certification. Because if you are good enough at the interview, nobody will ask you to tender any certificate. And I'm talking from experience as well. No one will ask you. The way you deliver, the way you respond to questions, you know, the way you answer the questions as well, nobody will ask you that, oh, are you certified? It is not by certificate. It is by your knowledge. It is by what you can prove that you can do, you know, to the recruiters or the employer that matters the most. So that is that about the project anyway. Let's move on. Optimization of your brand. This is another important stage in the process. You've done the training now, you've gone through the project. Now you can actually call yourself a Scrum Master because you know what it entails to become a Scrum Master. You can act as a Scrum Master. You can act as a product owner, but you are not getting the calls. You are not getting the calls because you are not visible in the market. And when you are not visible in the market, no recruiters will see you, not to talk about calling you. That is why this stage is very, very important. It's as equally as important as the training itself and the project, you know? So meaning you need to optimize, you need to revamp your CV. Take, for example, those that wants to start applying for international jobs. You need to revamp your CV to international standards, you know? Also, LinkedIn has become one of the most popular place that recruiters now go to, to recruit for qualified personnel. So you need to be in that space as well. So you need to optimize your LinkedIn page as well. This is very, very important. And when you, after revamping your CV, then you need to start uploading them on various job sites. Not only uploading them, making them searchable as well. Because if you upload, it's not all jobs that are posted online. Some jobs, recruiters just want to go on that job site just to look for right candidates and they call them up. So if you don't make your CV searchable, there's no way they can see you when they get on that job site. That is why after uploading your CV on various job sites, you need to ensure that you make them searchable as well, so that when recruiters search for keywords that they are looking for, and you've got that keyword in your CV will pop up as well. They'll see you, they say, oh, he's got the skill, let's call him up. And that is when you start receiving calls left and right. Oh, are you available for work? We saw your CV on CW Jobs. Are you still in the market? Are you free for interview next week? You start getting calls. And from getting calls, you can be rest assured that you're going to start getting interviews as well. From job interviews, this is another stage that we assist with as well, with interview preparation. Because your success at the end of the day is our success as well. We want you to excel. We want you to get that job. We want you to get that £500 job. We want you to get that £600 job. So we need to do our bit by helping you to prep for that interview. While on this point, let me quickly make mention about the benefits, the other benefits, if you come on this journey that you're going to be getting. So number one, the practical training. Number two, the life project. You'll be working on a life project. Number three, the mentorship. Number four, you get the support. Number five, interview preparation. Number six, all our courses are CPD accredited, meaning they meet the professional standards, and the certificate that you get at the end of the program is recognized in over 60 countries. UK, Australia, Canada, Nigeria, Ghana, over 60 countries. So in your free time, you can just Google CPD standards. Let me put it on the chart, CPD standards. You can read more about them and other benefits. All right, that's the name of the accreditation body, CPD standards. So you can read more about them. You can even search for a company on their website as well if you want to check about, if you want to check our registration number and all of that, you can check that as well. So that is another opportunity. You can display the certificate on your LinkedIn. You can display it on you can put it on your CV as well. And finally, the benefit that you get is we give you a work reference because you'll be working on our project, right? So we give you a work reference for the duration that you are with us. A quick example of the work reference, this is how it works. Let's say you enroll with us in January, you finish your program in April, you secure a job in August. We're going to give you a reference from January to August. That is how it works. So quickly, let's check the start of the company. Let's check it out, and I can hand it over to the facilitator. So from 2020 till date, we've enrolled over 20,000 students as passed through this organization. That is a huge number. And this is a breakdown from January till June. This is not updated. We need to update it. So this stat you are seeing is from January till June. And you can see the Scrum Master enrollment rate from January to June. We've had over 1,000 students enrolled on this journey from January till June. We've added other courses as well, like web development has been added, database engineering has been added, and which other one, which I can't remember. We've added like 3 other courses, so this needs to be updated anyway. But at least you can see the start of the courses or the one visible to you online now, and we are focused on the Scrum Master one, and you can see the enrollment rate, which is over 1,000 from January till June. All right, overall, 85% of our students are currently working, 50% working in the public sector, while 35% working in the private sector, and 15% are job ready, still looking for job. Another thing we do is we have a platform called an alumni platform. On that platform, we have those that are currently working and those still looking for job. And that's a great platform to belong as well. We post regular jobs on that platform as well, because you need people at your corner, even when you secure that job, before or even after you secure that job, because there might be sometimes you are stuck, you need someone to ask questions. That will be the right platform for you to go and ask your question, and someone on that group, will respond to you that, oh, this is how you should do it, this is this is that, so that is another advantage that you get. Also, another advantage of enrolling with us is we now partner with like 2 companies now, that even after you are done with our own program, you've done the training, you've done the practicals, you've done the project, but you still want to get your hands more dirty. You're still looking for more projects to work on to get your hands dirty. We can, you can apply to these companies, and they can call you for interviews as an intern, just for you to learn more and work on projects. And as you're working on those projects, you can use them also as a reference. So you can see there is great benefit in that, because you'll be working on a different project, different organizations, which you can use on your CV as well. So that's another opportunity you can get from us on the journey. All right, quickly, let's go through job that go online. The first one on the left is paying between 85 and 90,000. And you can see this is a product owner role. Even the two are product owner role. The second one is paying 60 to 75,000 as a product owner. This is something you learn on the journey as well. And you'll be wondering that, can I embark on a 3-month course and get 60,000 from the blues like that? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I've got a student who recently secured a job. His annual salary is like 65,000. Other packages added to it is like 85,000. And this is someone working as a assistant care manager, previously getting 35,000 per annum. From 35,000 pounds per annum, he got an offer now getting 85,000 per annum. When they told him he was driving, he had to pull over to ensure that, are you sure this call is for me? The same thing can happen to you. People getting this job, they don't have 2 heads. That is the reason you have to equip yourself with the right skills, with the right knowledge, so that you can compete for such roles as well. This is a Scrum Master role paying 75,000, and the other one paying between 50 and 60,000. I'm using UK as a reference, but this doesn't matter. It's any part of the world, Scrum Master role, product owner role, they are highly paid as well. All right. Before I call on someone, okay, I'll call on someone quickly before I call on the facilitator to take us on another journey quickly. But before I call on one of my ex-students, if you want to, so the cost for the journey, the cost for the 3-month program is $499. But for anyone that wants to enroll on the journey, you can get up to 20% discount on it. So that will make it $399. And this $399, only half payment is required to start, and the other half, can be paid. The other half can be paid within 4 to 5 weeks after you've started on the course. The training, the next cohort will be starting on the 21st of October. That will be on a Saturday. It will be starting on the 21st of October. So you can take advantage of the 20% discount for $499. But we have a special discount again for people that wants to enroll tonight, today. We have a special discount for those people that wants to enroll today. They don't want to wait till tomorrow. They want to secure their spot because we only have 10 slots left for the course that will be starting on the 21st of October. So for those that want to take opportunity advantage of enrolling today and securing their spots, we are doing this. You can get it for £300 tonight, and that offer will only last as long as this session lasts. So for those that wants to take that offer just for today only, you can get it for £300 just for today only. So that's the cost for.
All right. Hello, good afternoon.
I'm going to take questions shortly. Please just hold on, please.
Okay.
I'll take questions shortly. Just hold on for me. Thank you so much for your understanding. So if you want to take advantage of this special offer tonight, or if you want to enroll tomorrow, next tomorrow, and take advantage of the 20% discount, you can message the best number to enroll with, to message rather, will be the one on your screen. So you can take a screenshot of the number on your screen. You can save it on your phone. That will be the best number to message if you want to enroll either tonight or any other day that you want to enroll. That will be the best number to contact. All right, for now, I'm going to be pausing. Before I call on the facilitator, I'm going to be calling quickly, just in 2-3 minutes, 3 minutes max, just to share our journey. She's one of our ex-students that has passed through this journey, just to share our journey, our experience, what she was doing before, and how she secured a role eventually. So without further ado, quickly, I'm going to be calling on Esther. Esther, can you please, I don't know whether you're online, can you please unmute and take it over?
Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Esther. I'm a practice Scrum Master. I went through the training with Akin around, is it April? I think April. So currently, previously, I was working as a teaching assistant, dealing with a lot of children every now and then. So I wasn't really finding it interesting anymore. So I wanted a change in career. So I contacted Akin in April and I went through the training. After the training, we did a hands-on project, which I was a Scrum Master at that time. I was so focused and I dedicated my time, even though I was still working as a teaching assistant. So I dedicated my time every now and then to make sure I attend the hands-on training. The hands-on training is very interesting. If you can focus on the hands-on training, it's just as if you're working in a life project. It's very strict. Akin is not joking. The team were not joking. We were working as if we were working in an organization. That kind of made me focus more. And during the process of me applying for a job, during my interview process, because I've already had a hands-on training, I deal with a life project. So I was able to talk and express myself, tell them more about what I was doing as a Scrum Master, because I was actually working as a Scrum Master, even though it was a training. So I was able to explain more on the ceremony we were dealing with, the daily stand-up, the sprint review, retro, and everything with the tools that we use on the live project. So it was quite interesting. And I did like up to like 4 interviews, if I could remember, and I got 2 offers. So it was a very good opportunity for me. I'm really grateful to Learn with Price for giving me the opportunity to secure my dream job. I got offer 65,000, and another one was 55,000. So I went with the highest pay. And yeah, currently I'm working as a Scrum Master, and my journey started with Learn with Pride. So Akin, thanks again for giving me the opportunity. I will encourage everyone to put their mind on this training, because when I started, I was wondering if I'll be able to get a job, but trust me, I'm making my money and I'm happy that I went through Learn with Pride. So yeah, that's my own testimony. If I can do it, I believe any one of you can actually do it as well. Yeah, if you have any question, you can ask me. Oh, yeah, that's what I have.
I used to, if you can stay put till the end of the session, and if anyone has got question, they can ask you. I might be bringing one more in as well. So please, if you can stay around, please just stay around. But pending that time, I want to bring on the facilitator quickly to share more light into this journey, what it entails to become a Scrum Master, and any other details that we need to know as per this journey. So without further ado, I'm going to stop sharing for now, and I'm going to be inviting Yemi to take over from here. Thanks. See you soon.
Yeah, all right. Thank you so much, Akin. Good evening, everyone. Can I confirm that you guys can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, great, 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 great. Let me quickly share my screen so that we can quickly run through this. Is my screen visible now?
It's still loading. Yes, it is now.
Oh, great. Okay, I welcome you guys once again. And sometimes when I get to be on this call, I feel like Akin has already given all the realistic, let me put it that way. Most of the time people might think people are just doing this just to get people to enroll, but they are actually very realistic numbers. What's currently happening in the tech world as regards being a Scrum Master or a product owner or whatever that's happening in that agile environment. So what I'm here to do is just to give us some level of overview where Scrum Master is, where product owner is, and what you'll be expecting to see on the course, what you expect to get, and how the journey is going to be like for the first 1 month. That is for the 8 sessions, right? But before that, let me quickly introduce myself, right? Hold on, let me just. So my name is Yemi Udubote. I'm Nigerian. And I also transitioned myself from being a technical customer executive in the telecom world into the tech world, right? I think for me, I was also bored. It was too repetitive and I needed, something new, something different. Then I just set up my mind, you know what, I'm going to transition. And the point of me transitioning, it was even before COVID, where you still have to go to find a way to get into physical classes, trying to learn a lot at a fast pace and everything about that. But currently, I'm a Safe 6 Advanced Scrum Master. I'm also a product manager. Fortunately, I've been able to play in that position, and also an agile coach and a strategy business consultant. So I've worked in different field after I transitioned, like the Overland Consulting in the UK and Union Bank, the popular big, we all know Union Bank, and the Unicorn Interswitch as well. and also with Wakana. Wakana has office in the UK, in the UAE, Gambia, in Nigeria. So fortunately, I like to put it that way. I've played that role to be their Scrum Master, not just a Scrum Master, because I have a couple of other Scrum Master reporting to me. So they like to say a senior Scrum Master. And so that's more like a quick about me. But I added a picture here. I like to show this picture because this video was when I had my first agile, training. It was physical, and I happened to be the youngest years ago. All this on every apart from the other lady at the extreme beside the man wearing the brown coat, every other person like senior managers, head of HR. Because then if you're going to an agile environment, doing anything Scrum, if your company wants to sponsor you, you have to be a senior manager. You must be someone at the top level because it was regarded as, a top notch. So I was fortunate, to be part of those people that just got trained. That's another story for another day. But since then, I've been involved in different things in different levels. But today is really not much about me, right? But then you can look me up on LinkedIn. What we do at Learning Pride, everybody that works with Learning Pride, we are very transparent. So there's nothing like they just make him out. They just come here to speak English or things like that. So you can look me up on LinkedIn. I am there, and we can also connect if that works for you. So quickly, I know some of us might have tried to look what a Scrum Master is online. Some might even know what a Scrum Master is. Some of you might have even done the certification, but you probably have not gotten the job yet, maybe during the interview questions, because they are asking you scenario-based question. And in the book will never tell you the areas that might go wrong and how you to deal with it. They just tell you what you need to do, right? So whatever the case may be, you're welcome. So let's look at three things for start. Who is a Scrum Master? And we are going to look at it in the definition of the role, the responsibility, and the stances. So looking at the role, it says, number one, a process facilitator. If you find yourself in an organization where you're doing meetings, but you don't have a great facilitator, at the end of your meetings, you don't have action plan, no action points. You're there for longer hours, even from morning to night. At the end of the day, nothing valuable has been able to come out of that meeting. Then you might need a Scrum Master. Now, part of the role as a Scrum Master, you're going to be a process facilitator, because every event in Scrum are time boxed, of course, except maybe for backward refinement. But for events, for Scrum, they are time boxed, and you have agenda that can give you action points, right? Another one is helps build self-organizing team. Scrum has come up with a framework where Scrum Master can work with developers, Scrum team in general, even as an organization generally, to help them organize and figure out a better way to work without micromanaging them. In the past, a lot of people have been micromanaged, and eventually it still does not yield the desired results, right? Then they figure out, what if we make people to be responsible for their action? Why working to be better, to be high performing? As a Scrum Master, you can be that person too. In fact, you must be that person. You see why they're even important. Is it remove impediments and escalate when needed? In some organizations, you escalate issues to your boss, and apparently they don't even know how to help you to handle it. They don't have follow-up and all of those things to back it up to have it to resolved. But as a Scrum Master, you would help the developers facilitate the removal of those impediments, right? You track it, you facilitate. And it says helps team to inspect and adapt process. Before I continue, you realize that I've not said anything where I mentioned you have to write a code or you have to learn how to write HTML. So being a Scrum Master, it has nothing to do with writing code. It does not really mention that you must have a core background in tech All it needs you to do is understand the framework and change your mindset from a fixed one to a growth mindset, because it talks about a better way of working. It empowers the team through servant leadership. A Scrum Master is considered a servant leader. Who is a servant leader? A servant leader is someone that can lead by an example. So if you teach people how to do things, they would eventually get better at it. But no, servant leadership does not mean slavery, so don't get it confused. Protect the team from disturbance. This speaks to the definition of focus management versus time management. In Scrum, we look at focus. We value focus than time. Time is important in terms of time boxing, but focus, how can you help your team to not be distracted, to focus on what they need to do? Scrum Master, you do that role. You're responsible. Let's look at responsibilities now. You're responsible for three, let me say group: the product owner, the development team, and the organization. So you're very important. You're not just important to developers. A lot of people think Scrum Master, they only just work with developers at the team level. But the organization also need you. They're going to call you and ask you a question. How can we improve the process? What can we do better? You become a change agent for the organization. You promote the framework, you facilitate the change and things like that. For the developers, you help them to remove impediments, meaning any problem they might be facing, any issues that might delay their work, that might delay them from not delivering what they need to deliver on time. As a Scrum Master, you're going to help them to remove those issues, those blockers, those bottlenecks. Okay? So product owner, you're going to learn some things called user stories, acceptance criteria. So there are a couple of new terminologies that are present here when you're going through the training, when you need to know how to do as a Scrum Master, which we will put you through and teach you, coach you on it. And one thing I love about this package is it got the Scrum Master and the product owner. So it's more like a 2-in-1. I can decide that I want to, whenever an opportunity comes as a Scrum Master, I'm available for it. For a product owner, I am available for it. So let's talk about the 8 stances now. You got first one, the servant leader, the coach. You're going to be a coach because they're going to meet you. Where I currently work, people come and meet me to resolve different type of issues, conflict issues on, oh, I don't know how to do this. What should I do? Who should I speak with? Even currently, I'm still seeing messages dropping on my phone like, what's happening on this? Can you help us and do this? Right? You become a coach then. You be a facilitator. I think I mentioned facilitator clearly. You're also a teacher because you're going to be teaching the framework to them. Okay? You're going to be a mentor. They're going to look up to you. They're going to admire you, even though you're not their boss. But because of how you carry yourself as a Scrum Master, you're going to be a mentor to them. And also a manager. Remember, this manager they're talking about here is not a manager in terms of a position where you sit as a manager or you be a boss above them. You help them manage their time, manage their focus, manage their stress. If you see one of the team being overwhelmed, you should be able to say, what this person is doing is too much. I think we probably need to get a new resource and things like that. Impediment removal, I've already mentioned that. You talk about removing those blockers, those issues that anyone can face. Change agent, which is very interesting. You help to refine the process. You help to make some changes, right? I'm sure speaking about it, it sounds really interesting because you are more of a people person. Aside from knowing the framework or how to do it, you're a people person. You understand what it needs to make an organization to be successful, how to make your team to be successful, how to even build products and deliver value. Okay. Moving forward. So who is a product owner? Remember, this is a 2-in-1. A product owner, some people will say, is the voice of the customer. But when you're doing Scrum, A product owner, number one, he or she is part of a Scrum team. Scrum is a framework, is an agile framework. So being a Scrum Master, it means you are someone that understands, you are a master of that framework. Now, being a product owner, you understand customer requirements, how to gather requirements from customer, what they need to do, how to put out those requirements into a documentation and communicate it to the developers so that they will have clarity on what they need to build. So every product you are seeing now, every app you're using, there is a product owner, a product manager in charge of it. So if you're using the app currently, I don't know if you guys noticed on WhatsApp, they came up with new updates and a lot of people were complaining. Even I complained. I was trying to look for the normal way of looking for my muted status. I couldn't find it. I was trying to search I couldn't get it. Now, these complaints are being channeled back to the product team. It might come in from different channel. It might come from the customer, it might come from the customer support. Any channel it comes from, they get it. The product owner get his feedback, go back to development team and say, guys, customer complain about some particular things. What can we do? Should we prioritize? Should we change it? So I'm giving you an overview who a product owner is or what a product owner does. So you are liaising with the internal stakeholders, like the product manager, maybe the business team, the CEO. You also speak with the customer, and you're also part of the Scrum team, working with the Scrum Master and the development team. So you're going to learn about product prioritization, product documentation, writing user story, acceptance criteria, what a BRD, business requirement document is, what a PRD, product requirement document is, what you need to do when issues go wrong, when timelines are missed, and things like that. So it's quite packed. So a lot of people get to also ask the question, so what's not the relationship or what could be the difference between a product owner and Scrum Master? Like, why would I even, what's the notion behind, putting these two together? Remember I mentioned they are in a Scrum team, I'm already a team. And I mentioned that a Scrum Master is responsible for the team, that's development team, the organization, and the product owner. Now look at the product owner. The product owner talks about the vision. Think about yourself as a business owner. You have a business idea and you want to do the business. Remember, a lot of people do the mistake. They forget to write down the vision of their business. They just want to jump into starting and doing it. But the vision helps you to know the steps you can take to even get there. So if your vision is to be the best Scrum, for example, to be the best Scrum Master or product owner in the world, what are the things you need to do? Of course, first of all, you get trained. You get trained, you get a job, you climb up the ladder, you move, you do. So we call those things like a roadmap, like a timeline, the things you need to do to get to your vision. All of these things are being handled by product owners, sometimes in collaboration with the product manager. So it's dependent on the environment, but just get that. So they talk about the vision, the value proposition. So product owner look at this unique selling point. So many interesting things. I can't really say much because of time. So they talk about the products. There's something called product backlog. Like I mentioned, there are so many new terminologies. They are not difficult to learn, something anybody can relate with because we try to give as much relatable example that anybody can use. So the product backlog, right? Then collaboration, you collaborate with everybody, like I mentioned, as a product owner, internal stakeholder, external stakeholders, with the developers, with the Scrum Master. Everybody's working together to ensure a great product is being delivered. Okay. So it's going to be of this session, the first session, before you go into your live projects that you do for 2 months. So the first month will be on the practical class. Some people think it's not a theory class where we read books. No, it's a practical class because you're gonna take tasks for you to do as an individual, mostly as a group. so that everybody can understand what collaboration means, how you can work within a team because they how to deal with conflict. So we have about 13 topics and the subtopics about 53, right? 53 subtopics. We start from the history of Agile down to the introduction to Scrum, the rules and organization of Scrum and Scrum events. And what I tell my trainees is that the thing you learn from day one is what you still use till the rest of your working life in Scrum or in Agile, right? So in Agile, in Scrum, everything you learn are always reusable. It's like a build up. So you can't say, oh, they're doing history. I don't care. So a lot of people make that mistake. Well, everything is a build up like that. So if you're in first, let's say for an example, you enrolled, you say, you know what, I'm not interested in first class, second class, I'm joining the third class. Then in the third class, we are referring to something. I said, I'm sorry, I don't understand. Oh, did you join the first session? Did you join the second session? So every session is important. Okay. Let me move quickly because of time. So we talk about product documentation, product prioritization. Remember, these are topics and they have their subtopics. How to write user stories, invest criteria, and you learn the tools also. Okay, Jira, Confluence, and Miro. Jira and Confluence, I think about 80% of organizations around the world uses Jira. Okay. Interview preparation. At the end of our session, the last day, we do interview preparation based on what we've learned. We ask questions. So I bring a couple of interview questions. We discuss about it. I let you answer. Then I listen to your perspective. Then we correct that. And also, when you get on your live project, so I like this image, right? So from theory to practical. So what this means for us is we do a little bit of theory in terms of reading. When I say reading, you know what it means. Maybe a bit of definition. Then from there, every conversation is always practical, and we relate it to life events, what we do when we're on the job, or the experience I've gathered over the years. I'm always talking about it repeatedly so that everybody would have a mindset of what happens. Then from mistake is when you're not getting your life projects, you're going to we'll now look at how you want to even do it on your own with your team. How are you going to apply what you've learned during the practical class, right? Then those mistakes, will now use it as an explanation if you are in an interview class. Remember, you learn from mistakes. But if everything, let's assume that you're in a class where everything is being taught to you from back to back, A to Z, put here, put that. Then if I now ask you a scenario-based question now, what if this thing does not go according to plan? What would you do? But because you've not experienced that mistake before while you are doing your classes, your training, you might not know how to give that answer. But let's say you've made that mistake and you're being corrected. You comfortably even say, oh, I remember when I was in this team, we did this, then blah, 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 blah. It worked, it worked, it worked. So everything we do in this training package, everything is deliberate. So if you're going to be, if for those that will be joining us, because we are hoping to see a lot of people join us, participation from day one to the last day is very important because so many things to learn, so many things to transform, and a lot of things to gain. When I was doing my own transitioning, it was also 3 months. I remember the year I started in October, December, January. Then I got the job after 3 months because I had to do a lot of self-learning, self-this, self-that, and it was really interesting. I think that's about it. Thank you guys. I don't want to take much of our time. That is why I had to quickly do a quick run on what to expect, what to get at the session, a lot of things to learn, a lot of things to do. Looking forward to meeting you guys afterwards. Thank you. All right, Akin, back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Yemi. Please, we can start to raise our hands if you have any questions. So while I pass across the other information, if you have any question you would like to ask, please, you can put it on the chat, or you can raise your hand and I'll be calling you shortly. But before I start calling you, as I said again, for those that are just joining, the cost is $4.99. The training is starting on the 21st of October. That will be on a Saturday. There'll be a 20% discount, so that will make it $3.99. You can pay twice. Half payment is required to start, and the other half can be paid within 4 to 5 weeks after you started on the course. But we have a special discount or a special offer just for tonight, just for anyone that wants to enroll tonight. If you want to enroll tonight, as I said, we only have 10 slots for the one starting on the 21st. So for those that wants to enroll tonight, this will be a one-time payment of £300. So for anyone that wants to take advantage of tonight and tonight alone, the amount to pay tonight is £300 for the whole duration. And another good thing is, even after the 3 months or 3 months, 2 weeks, you can still come back. You can't come back after 4 or 5 months and say we don't know you, because the moment you enroll, you already subscribe to us as a family. We see you as a family. We treat you as a family, and that's how we treat our people. So for anyone that wants to take advantage of the offer for tonight, that will be £300. But from tomorrow onward, again, it will go back to $3.99 because of the 20% discount, and you can pay twice for that as well. If you want to enroll either tonight, tomorrow, or any other day before the 21st, the number on your screen will be the best number for you to message on WhatsApp. For any questions, anything at all that you want to ask, the number on your screen will be the best one to message. All right. Before I start answering questions, I want to call on an ex-student as well. Currently resides in Nigeria, has gone through the training as well, and just for him to share his experience, his journey as well in 2 to 3 minutes. Adekunle, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. King. Good evening, everyone. Thank you to the facilitator. Yeah, my name is Adekunle, so I happen to be one of the students who finished from Learn with Pride. So the journey has actually been very great so far. Having been a person who actually comes from a non-technical background, like I was actually a political science student, as well a digital marketer. So I happened to stumble into the tech space, and Learn with Pride actually picked me from zero to who I am now. And I've been working for several organizations there in UK, even from my convenience here in Nigeria. And, I've learned a lot on the journey, and I'm still gaining experience even while working in the space. So thanks to Learn with Pride, and to everyone who would want to consider this journey. I think it's a green and it's a good one to embark on, and because it's really pay us traveling later on, and seeing the world going into the tech space, the computer age now. So I'm sure it's the best decision to make. Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for that. Please, if you have any questions that you want to ask either myself, either Yemi, or any of the two that I brought in, any of the two ex-students I brought in today, please kindly raise your hand or put your question on the chat. But I'd like to hear your voice. We are here to learn together. So, and we have over 40 people online. So I believe the best way to learn is, when we communicate and share ideas together. Sydney, you raise your hand. You can
Yeah.
you can
Okay.
unmute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for the session. It was it's has a lot of insights, and it's a great program to embark on. But the question I have is based on the schedule for the training, because I want to know if it's actually a hands-on training with maybe the developers, that the full Scrum team. Because most times, most of these training institutes, is theory, and I believe a Scrum Master role is not something you can get an entry level or junior Scrum Master role. You're mostly going to get the job and you have to hit the ground running.
Yes.
Okay.
So
that's should I answer that?
Yeah, you can answer and I will add to it.
Okay. Yeah, the training is like a team. There's it's a Scrum team. There's a developer, there's a tester, there's a product owner, and there's a Scrum Master. So we all work together on a live project. So the live project is like a real project. It's not just like we pick random projects. It's like a project. We talk to the stakeholders. We gather the requirements from scratch. We did our business scope. We wrote the user stories. And after writing the user story, we did all the Scrum ceremony, backlog refinement. We did the sprint planning, stand-up meeting every day. The developer is building the application. We're using Jira board to update whatever we're doing every day. So it's not just the Scrum Master, it's a live project. When we're talking about live projects, it means we deliver a working software at the end of the project. So it's not just Scrum Master. So there's no way a Scrum Master can do a live project on it by itself. So it has to be like a development team. And that's what we did. Thank you.
All right. To add to that, from the moment you enroll with us, from the very first day, you'll be dealing with practical. As Yemi said earlier on, it's only little that is theoretical. I think it's even less than 20% that is theoretical. From the training, even before you get to the project, even because from the training, from the practical training, you'll be given, you'll be grouped as well, to undertake a mini project, a scenario-based project, even before you get on the live project. So it's hands-on from day one that you enroll on the journey. So we don't do, as I said earlier on, I don't know whether you started the session with us, we are not, equipping you to go and write a certification exam. That's not what we stand for. What we stand for is you being able to hit the ground running when you start applying for a job and when you eventually land that job. So it's a day in the life of a Scrum Master or a product owner. That's what you'll be learning. So as long as you are ready to do the job, as long as you are ready to learn, we have the platform that you can use, to excel. So again, if you are ready to go above and beyond, not taking the back seat, getting your hands dirty, asking questions, you are not afraid to make mistakes, then honestly, you'll be surprised at what you will learn at the end of that 3 months. You'll be so shocked. So it is not theory based, it is practical based. Sydney, I hope I've answered that question.
Yeah. So, sorry, the second question. So, for the daily Scrum, are we going to be having daily Scrum meetings during the training, or just once in a week?
No. So let me clear that now. So, Yemi always do this. Even during Yemi's practical training, the 4 weeks practical training, you are going to do a mini project, like a scenario based, that you have to act as a Scrum Master, you have to act as a product owner, just to get hands over on what it entails to act as one. That's mini project. But when you get on the proper live project, you'll be observing the full agile rituals. It will be Monday to Friday. Although there's a flexibility because we know everybody works, but we still need to carry out all the Scrum rituals, all the Scrum ceremonies, from daily stand-up to sprint planning, sprint refinement, sprint retrospective, everything will be done. So every single day, you'll be having meetings with your team members. The timing for that meeting might be 7 p.m. as agreed by everyone in your team. It might be 8 p.m., it might be 9 p.m. But you are going to observe all the rituals, all the ceremonies during the live project. Sprint planning, sprint review, sprint retrospective, everything will be done.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Sydney. Obina, you raised your hand. Oyin Consola, I will answer your question shortly. Yeah, Obina, go on.
Okay. Part of my question has been answered. I just want to be cleared on the time and the start off date. You said Saturday is 9 a.m. Huh?
Yes, so it's starting on the 24th. So the training will be Saturdays and Sundays. Saturday 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and Sunday 8 p.m. to 10 p.m.
The Saturdays we cannot make it evening time, just as Sunday.
No, Saturday is morning time. But the good thing again is you register on our LMS platform. That is our learning management system platform, where even if you miss any session, if you miss any training, you have access to the recording by just logging into your portal and watch the recording. And if you have any questions while you are going through that, you can put the question on the chat and Yemi will attend to it, or any member of the team will attend to it.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Obina. Benjamin, you raise your hand.
Good evening, all.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm Benjamin. I want to know if one can, after the program, if it's possible for one to work remotely, like somebody staying in Nigeria and having a possibility of getting a job outside the shores of Nigeria. That's one. Then two, you have just two questions. Two, is there any way a medical personnel can fit into this Scrum Master stuff? Or because I just want to know whether there's a nexus between being a medical personnel and Scrum Master, whether you've had any students who is a medical personnel and did this program. Like, what is the experience like? Thank you.
I'll leave the second question for Yemi to answer. But the first question, yes, the reason why most people take on, as I said at the beginning of my session, companies now are now looking beyond their local country, their zone, just because they want to save money. I use an example of a company in the UK that didn't want to pay 500 a day, and they know they can get the same quality if they look outside the United Kingdom, and they got someone from Nigeria for 200 pounds a day. To them, they are saving a lot. But to you, even getting 200 pounds a day in Nigerian currency per day, that is over 200,000 naira per day that you are getting. To them, they are saving money. But when you convert that money, they think they are saving, that they are paying you. They think they are shortchanging you. But even when you convert it, it's still a lot of money. And yes, the second guy, Adekunle, who gave the testimony, lives in Nigeria, still currently in Nigeria. And I think, if I'm right, I don't know whether he's working remotely with a company in Hungary or something. So yes, you can get trained up, you can get equipped, and you can start taking freelance roles as well. Freelance role like contract jobs, like 2-month contract, 3-month contract with a company in Finland. You are done with them after 3 months. You've collected your money, you look for another one. Many people are doing that. We have sites like Upwork where you can get such roles. You can check it out yourself and see the rate of how people are making money. Even myself, I've contracted a workout for someone. I live in the UK, for someone that lives in Nigeria, and I got him on Upwork. So yes, there is no better time than to take advantage of the situation of what is happening now. Tapping into the industry, this is the best time. This is the right time, especially when you have a company that is ready to walk the walk with you. There's no other perfect time, I can tell you that. And for the second question regarding someone from the medical field, Yemi, do you want to add something to that?
Can you repeat that question? I think you mentioned, can someone in medical field be a Scrum Master? Is that correct?
Yes, yes. I was asking whether somebody in medicine
Okay.
can actually do this Scrum Master program, and whether you have
Okay.
any experience or you have any students you've taught who is a medical personnel that did the same.
I can't really remember exactly, but I'll tell you that we've had someone that what she does is she sells human hair. No background in tech, and she sells human hair. And I can tell you now, no cap, no over exaggeration. She's she's on point now when it comes to being a Scrum Master or a product owner. So the thing about Scrum is it's all about the mindset. If you listen to all that I've been saying, it's talking about how you can help the team, help the organization. It's not saying how you can write code, how you can do HTML, how you can be a graphic designer. It's not saying anything about that. It's talking about how you can help the team to work better, how you can understand one or two things, how you can understand how to use the tool. Yes, you will hear technical things because you're going to be working in a tech environment, but just as trying to learn anything new, over time you get used to it. But it is nothing that the mind cannot understand or cannot comprehend. So it does not matter the field you're coming from, medical field, whatever field. So far you understand 1 plus 1 and your mind is you are open-minded. Agile is all about the mindset, right? So if you're open-minded to learning new things, you're going to love it. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks for that, Yemi. Yemi, while you are still online, please, if you can add one or two things to the question I'm about to read out now. I'm a 56-year-old male living in Nigeria. I've been into human resources management all through. I'm retiring soon. However, I want to transit my career after retirement and see how I can work from home. Do you honestly advise me to involve in this training? And what's my job prospect looking at my age and my status as a soon to be retired person? Yemi, are you there?
Oh, I thought you said Remy.
No, Yemi. I said, yeah, why you're still online? No, Yemi. It's you. Did you get what I just read out?
You said someone that
Okay,
that is at home.
I'm a 56-year-old male living in Nigeria.
Okay.
I
Okay.
have been into human resources management all through. I am
Okay.
retiring soon. However, I want to transit my career after retirement and see how I can work from home. Do you honestly advise me to involve in this training? And what's my job prospect looking at my age and my status as a soon to be retired person?
Interesting question. You know, the good thing, before I even dive in, the good thing about Agile, like I said, I'm not big into speaking on realistic thing. I don't know. I don't know if you saw my picture. When I did my training, I was the youngest and I was in class with two grandmas. When I say two grandmas, I mean not that they are overly old, but they're actually grandmothers. They have grown-up kids, and there were two of them, and they were based in the UK, and we were in the same group. No, no extra, no extra. Another beautiful thing is because in the world of tech space, it does not matter your age. Nobody will ever ask you how old are you. Can you do the job? Are you capable? Good, fantastic, get on it. Secondly, we have someone is going to be 50 in a couple of months, and at his age, he's still telling us that he still wants to learn more because he knows is either he get into that job as someone that is doing the job or he's do a startup as someone that train people for it. So it depends on the direction you want to take into doing into working in an agile environment or you to be a scrum master into being a product owner because Now, my mentor, another thing to tell you, she's also a grandmother. She's an enterprise agile coach. She's still working. They are still calling her for jobs. People are calling, meeting her to train. People are, it's not dependent on what you want to do with it, how you want to go, which direction you want to take. Even one of this person I was talking about that is going to be 15 few months. If you tell is maybe it's until he tells you I am going to be 50 soon, you will never know because his mindset is totally not like the regular, people thinking, it's all over for me, that's the end, and things like that. So first of all, look at it, Samuel, that do I want to limit myself because I'm 56 years old, or do I want to open my mind to new learnings and new opportunities that I can likely even get a job, be a trainer, and do whatever I want in terms of this transition that I want? If you can answer that question, then you're welcome. But if you're still struggling, that it's something called a limited mindset. In agile world, there's something called limited mindset and growth mindset. You can Google it so you can read up on it. Our environment, our upbringing has limited us to think that we can be more based on how we were brought up, our society, and all of those things. But a fixed mindset would say, regardless of what is going on around me, I want to learn more because you can never know the opportunity that is coming next for me. Opportunity means a prepared mind. So if you're not prepared, if you're not ready, it will pass and it's nobody's fault. So it's dependent on you. Okay? So you're good to go, but you need to answer those questions. Do I want to go into this just because I feel, or yes, I believe that there's something more for me regardless. So you're welcome. All right. Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Yemi, for that. Who asked that question again? Samuel, I don't know whether you are still online. I hope Yemi has been able to answer that question. Samuel Ajewole.
Yes, I'm online. I quite.
All right, go on.
Yeah. I quite understood what he said, and the answer is very okay for me.
All right.
So I'm very sure. I mean, I'm going to improve myself. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks.
I'm okay with the answer. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ademola, you raise your hand.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Aki, and good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Just two issues to clarify, and I also have want to crave one indulgence. The first issue is I would like to know if your organization also do have in building profile for, now some the different countries are actually opening up in what they call job seeker visa. And most especially, majority of them are tailored toward the direction of fintech career. So the question is, do you really, or your organization, do you issue like a reference, as in to build somebody's profile for the purpose of fitting into that kind of building resume to get that kind of job seeking visa in different countries? I know quite a whole lot of them. Portugal is open, Malta is open, Austria is open. A lot of them in that direction now, and people are actually exploiting that. But they need to leverage on reference and profile. I have one or two persons that have done that. Okay, that said, then I do hope that in the course of the training, I hope, aside from the normal class, if I really want to clarify certain things in the course of doing my personal revision back end, I don't know how open some of the facilitators will be. Some of you that are, I stay in Nigeria, some of you that are abroad, you're actually time pressed. You want to do this and that. So I don't know if it's part of the arrangement that you should be open to your students, that they should be free to ask any question. So those are the two issues. And finally, I want to crave your indulgence. Those first, I want to latch into the discount that you have given tonight. instead of paying once and for all, still give us the opportunity of paying twice. Thanks very much if you can address those things.
All right. So with the referencing first, yes, part of the package includes the referencing that we are going to. I made mention about this at the beginning as well. So we give you a reference, and also we refer you to a partnering company that they deal with CV revamping and LinkedIn optimization. We have a special arrangement with them. They'll give up to 70% discount, which you can leverage on to have your CV done, cover letter, and LinkedIn as well. So yes, for referencing, we give you, it's not because you'll be working on a live project. It's not a capstone project. It's not a made to believe project. It's a real project that you'll be working on. So yeah, we'll be obliged, to give you a reference when you are done with us as well. For more questioning about referencing, um, that is beyond the scope of what we covered, then for every problem, there's always a solution. I'm open to discuss that further if you have any other question as regards referencing, I can answer that. But yes, we do give reference. Your second question about when you are doing your personal revision, do you have access to support when you are stuck? So it's two things. Yes. Number one, you'll be added to a WhatsApp group. On that WhatsApp group, you can put your question out, wherever you are stuck, or, anything that you don't understand. If any member of the team understands that question aside Yemi, they will answer it. But if not, yes, Yemi will pick it up as well and answer it. So yes, we don't expect you to wait till the next session or the next class before we answer your question. No. So yes,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's my fear and concern.
No, not at all. We don't expect that. And for your last question, for those that knows Learn with Pride, or those that have done their due diligence elsewhere, the price that we are offering today, the only thing I can do without the special discount today is to extend it till the end of day tomorrow. That is the only thing I can do. I can extend the offer till tomorrow, but it will be a one-time offer. For those that won't be taking that offer, yes, we are still giving 20%. And the 20% we are giving is to give room to make instrumental payment, so that you can start with half payment, and the other half can be paid within 4 to 5 weeks after you've started. We just want to try and, as much as possible, to encourage people, because what we realize is most of the time we procrastinate. We procrastinate in the sense that, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week. Tomorrow never comes. And many of us always wish that, oh, I wish I'm the one who won that lottery. But you never played that lottery. If you never played the lottery, how can you win the lottery? Same thing applies to transitioning as well. People will be procrastinating, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it. Meanwhile, their friend embarked on the same journey a few months ago. Now their friend is working and getting 300, 400 pounds a day. They are now wishing, oh, I did it back then as well, maybe. So that is why when it comes, it's an investment that you can never regret. Take, for example, for those that wants to take the offer, which has been extended to end of day tomorrow now, which is 300 pounds. After the 3 months, probably your 4th month or your 5th month, you secured your first role, your contract role. The money you spend on the entire program for 3 months will be what you'll be earning in a day. You can never go wrong. There is no way you can go wrong, But we just need to learn how to invest in ourselves so that we can see the reward, we can enjoy the reward later on as well, you know. So that is it. So the only thing I can do regarding the last request is to extend it till tomorrow night for anyone that wants to take advantage. Yes, it's open till tomorrow night, and yes, you can get it for £300 if you enroll between now and tomorrow night. But from next tomorrow, then it goes back to £400 with the application of the 20% discount as well. So Ademola, I hope I've been able to answer that
thank you
question.
very much. Yes, you've addressed it. And somebody was asking about the Naira equivalent. Maybe I should add.
The Naira equivalent is it for £400?
For £300.
For £300, I'm honestly, that would be 300,000. It should be 350, but I'll do it 300,000 because of the exchange rate. Exchange rate keeps going up, you know. So it's even, you know, I'm collecting even lesser than £300 for that rate, but I'll do it for 300. We do it for 300,000 naira. All right. Ellen, you raise your hand. Ellen, are you still on the call? Sure, of course you're on the call. I can see you. If you are talking, you are still on mute. If you are talking, Ellen. All right, let's go to Nick. Nick, you raise your hand. Nick, are you still on the call? Or can you hear me rather? All right, Nii, go for your question. I can see you already on mute. Nii.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Basically, most of the things I actually want to request for questions.
Sorry, I was.
Hello?
Yeah, go on, Nii. Nick, I'll call you in a bit. Nii, go on.
Okay, I think most of them I've got the answers. I was actually trying to ask whether there will be like a LMS and all sorts, but eventually I've seen that all those things are there. And then basically, for most of us that are in Nigeria, and couple of us probably will have to like get an access to the bank to do transfer. And I want you to understand something, that there's a public holiday in Nigeria tomorrow.
Oh, really?
And
What's tomorrow?
yeah, I think it's a special holiday for Muslims. So, and the extension ends tomorrow evening. So the entire tomorrow is like useless for anybody. You know, obviously, so we will take that advantage. So, I mean, that's one. Then secondly, you said you only have 10 slots for the September 21 training.
Court.
Yeah. So 10 slots. And when I checked, I think we have when we started, we're like almost 60 participants on this platform. So
yeah.
When do you expect other people? I mean, if you have 10 and probably you got 10, what about the remaining 45 or 46 thereabout? I mean, when exactly are they coming?
We don't have, no, the people on the call, you know, it's not everyone that will enroll anyway. You know, we might have, I think we had even like 70 on the call when we first started, you know, but it's not all the 70 that will enroll on the journey, you know. It's so just, you know, just message the number on your the slot is still open. I can assure you that, you know, just message the number on the screen, and I'm sure by the time you are enrolling, you still have a slot to there will still be a slot left. As for your first question regarding a bank holiday tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Wow. Nii, you are really pushing my hand now. All right. Nii, you can chat me up on that number on the screen.
Okay, thanks. Thanks.
You're welcome. Nick, you raise your hand, Nick. Nick, are you there now?
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to unmute myself. I want to ask you when he was having the training. Me, am someone that has been experienced in tech, not really as a product owner or anything. Though I've done some courses on that. However, I'm interested more in what applications to learn. As you mentioned, Jira or some people use Trello, people use Jira and all that. So what particular application are we going to learn in this process to be using? Because I know Jira is like out of those at Atlassian or whatever. Jira is more like more acceptable now than any other one. So some people used to use Trello anyway. So but I need to know which of them will it be using, or we are going to learn in the process. We are learning 2 or 3 of them.
All right. Yemi, are you still on the call? Let me go to the man in charge. Yemi, are you still on the call?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
You asked about Jira. Yes, we're going to be.
What tools will be used on the training?
Was Jira, Confluence, and you get to learn an extra something called Miro. It's a collaborative tool. So those are the
Yeah, I know
three
of Miro.
tools. So
Miro
you're
is
learning.
like where people discuss, because I've done something like that where you put to Miro to discuss our outcome.
Great. So Jira, Confluence, Miro. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Then in terms of payment, as they said, is it Naira or pounds?
You can pay. You can pay in Naira. You can pay in pounds. So the first one is this needs to be. Let me correct this quickly. The EcoBank is a Naira account, but the first one is a UK account, but that one on the screen is actually not correct. Let me change that quickly. 1 second. All right, let me change this quickly. This is UK. This is not.
Hello, Mr. King. Good evening.
Good evening.
This is Oyikosola. You said you were going to call me for my question, and eventually you didn't.
Oh, did you raise? I thought you. I was looking for your question. Were you raising your hand?
Yeah, I did, but it's fine. Someone already asked a similar question, so there's no point of me going over again. But it's just, I just wanted to ask about referencing and helping us through the journey of job seeking and all of that. But you already said if there's any other like further question concerning the referencing, we can chat with privately. So I'll just
yeah, that's correct. So
I just wanted to be sure that why are you not calling me? I hope.
No, I was looking for your question. I thought you are pointing up that you asked a question that I missed. So I was looking for your question. Sorry.
Okay. No worries. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
You're welcome.
So I'll chat to you privately. Yeah.
All right, no problem.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Oyinkansola. Ellen, are you there? Oh, Ellen doesn't want to talk to us. All right. I don't think Ellen. Oh, welcome, Ellen. Are you there now? If you're talking, we can't hear you, Ellen. All right, no problem. So because of our time, quickly just to go over a few points. The training will be starting, the next call will be starting on the 21st of October. It's going to be a 3-month program. The first 4 weeks will concentrate on practical training where you'll be exposed to industry standard tools like Miro, Jira, Confluence, and also when you get on the project, you're going to use the collaborative tool Slack. as another tool that you'll be using on the project as well. The project is going to be another 2 months after you completed the 4 weeks practical training. The next 2 months will be for working on a live project, and you'll be working with a full Scrum team. Again, as I said, this is not a capstone project. This is not a made to believe project. This is a live project that involves clients. You'll be working with developers. You'll be working as a Scrum Master, product owner, business analyst will be in your team, testers will be in your team, and all of you are working together to deliver a solution for the client. And you'll be working in an agile setting, and all the agile rituals is going to be observed as well. So that is that about the training. And about the discount, as I said, it's been extended to end of day tomorrow. If you want to take advantage of the special discount. If not, you can still take advantage of the 20% discount after tomorrow, and you can start with half payment, and the other half can be paid within 4 to 5 weeks, but everything needs to be paid before you get on the live project. That is the offer we have for you. Before I continue, Judah, you raise your hand. Are you there, Judah?
Yeah, I'm here. I joined, I was in and out because I was dealing with another appointment. But I'm just trying to find out. I was nearly signing up for Scaled Agile, and then this came up. So I'm trying to compare, knowing that when it comes to job hunting and whatever, having the gold standard in this industry, it helps a lot. So I was trying to find out the advantages of coming on board.
All right. Okay. I think I missed that question. All right. Quickly, let me tell you the advantages of coming on board. Number one, the support. See, when it comes to transitioning journey, you need a company that will support you all the way. Many people get discouraged after starting a particular journey, and they are not getting the right support. They will just give up and say, you know what, I'm not getting what I want. Let me just go back to what I was doing before. So that is one thing you get on the journey. So let me just list the benefit quickly for you again. So number one, you get the practical training that will expose you to industry standard tools like Miro, Jira, Confluence, Slack, right? You get to work on a project with a full Scrum team. This is not a made to believe project. This is a real project that will involve developer, testers, Scrum Master, product owner, business analyst as a full Scrum team. You observe all the full agile rituals, all the agile rituals as well, which is very important when you start going for interviews as well. You get the mentorship. You'll be mentored as well, showing the right way to do things. You have the support to go to, when you are stuck, you always have someone to go to. You are not alone. Although the best way you can learn as well is to make mistakes. But when you make that mistake, you can reach out to someone who is going to correct that mistake, So you have the support. Again, all our courses are CPD accredited. I put on the chart earlier on CPD standards. You can Google them and read more about that body. So all our courses are CPD accredited, meaning they meet the professional standards. And the certificate that you get from us at the end of the program is recognized in over 60 countries: UK, Canada, Australia, USA, Nigeria, Ghana, Zimbabwe, over 60 countries. But when you go on CPD standards, you read more about the benefits attached to that certificate. And also you can Google, you can search for us, you can search for our company, Learn with Pride, when you get on CPD standards, if you want to check our registration details and all of that. So that is that. Also, interview preparation. We want you to get the job, because your success is also our success at the end of the day. So we are going to do interview prep with you for you to be ready for that interview when you secure one. And finally, we give you a work reference for the duration you are with us, because you'll be working on a live project. You are working, and we are bound to give you a reference when the time comes. I made an example earlier on. Take, for example, you enroll with us in January, you finish your program in April, you secure your role in August. We are going to give you a reference from January to August. So I hope I've answered that question. I've forgotten your name because you've...
Yep, that's fine. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. You're welcome. Lukman, you raise your hand. Lukman, you raise your hand. Are you there? If you are talking, you're on mute. Chinwe, you raise your hand.
Yes, I did. You said something about reference. Thank you so much. Is it that you said if one starts a training, joins Learn with Pride, if say like in August?
No,
because you said the
I was giving an example that let's take, for example, you started your training in January, you finished in April, and you secure your first job in August. We are going to give you a reference from January till that August.
Okay. All right. I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. So sorry. I was trying to unmute, so it took me.
All right.
Okay. So what I want to find out, and there's a Lukman from Ghana. What I want to find out is that currently, I am trying to shift in terms of career. I'm an engineer, but I'm currently doing the PMP with a PMI project.
Yeah, continue. I can hear you.
But after that,
you are breaking up, Lukman.
Between ACP and Chrome, both. But I'm wondering. Okay. Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better now. Yes.
Okay. So what I'm saying is that after the PMP training, I will be taking the exam like 2 months from now. Okay. But after that, I'm thinking between ACP, and then Scrum Master training. I don't know, from you are an expert in this area. So which one should I take first? The Scrum Master or the ACP?
Again, I don't want to sound partial, but what I can tell you is, when it comes to career prospects, when it comes to, being able to transition with ease and on time, right? Then you'll be looking at Scrum. But again, remember that this particular training of ours is not only concentrating on Scrum. There's other benefit, added advantage, like the product owner that you're going to learn as well, and even a bit of exposure to a BA role. So you are getting more than a Scrum Master role for this particular one, which at the end of the day will increase your chances of securing a role faster, because you are not just focusing on one. If one is not working out, you have an alternative. So as you are applying for a Scrum Master role, you can as well be applying for a product owner role. Whichever comes first, you take it, because all these people work in the same settings, work in the same Scrum settings. So our aim is to get your feet at the door as soon as possible. Whichever one comes first, that's the advantage that is attached to a particular one. So it's you that will now weigh your options. That which one is good for me now? Should I hold on Scrum and go for my ACP? Or should I do Scrum now?
I get that.
Yeah. Is that all the question, Lukman?
Yeah. Is that you're giving two? Yes, that's the question. But from your explanation, I get it that you are giving like two in
that's
one
correct.
Product owner,
and then
Scrum as well, and then other areas as well. So it will be beneficial to do this program with you.
That's correct. Right? That's correct. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And also for benefit of doubt, because I'm hoping that anyone enrolling has done their due diligence as well. You can Google us. You can go on our Trustpilot to read the reviews. You can go on our LinkedIn. LinkedIn. You can go on our Instagram to read feedbacks, to read testimonies. Just do your due diligence. But the moment you enroll with us, just because the offer seems cheap, our quality is top notch. And that is coming from my own personal journey as well. I told you earlier on, I transitioned as well. My background was accounting. So all the things I didn't get during my own time when I was transitioning is what we try to put in place to make life much more easier for people that are transitioning now. So I tell you, you can never go wrong. You can never go wrong. You just have to take that bold step with us and see where it ends, as in where it leads you. So thanks, Lukman, for that. Adefela, because of our time, quickly.
Thank you very much, sir. Though I joined late, and just want to clarify the payment. Apart from the 300, the offer, which I wish you are going to put it by month end, I think I will have just pay. But the other one, I'm seeing 499 on the screen, and you are mentioning 400. So I'm confused.
Oh, okay. 1 second. I'm just looking for someone said they cannot find the CPD. All right. So for the actual cost for the training is 499.
Okay.
But there's a 20% discount on it, which makes it 399. Right?
Oh.
But there is now, aside that, there is now a special offer for anyone that wants to enroll between now and tomorrow night. They can get it for.
That would have been better on the payday.
So they can get it for £300.
Okay.
Or aside that, you can still get it for 399, and you can make the payment twice. Half payment is required to start, and the other half can be paid within 4 to 5 weeks after you've started on the course.
I think I'll settle for that. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. Quickly, this is from Abayomi Oluwasegun. Are you still there? Abayomi Oluwasegun, are you still there? So this is the.
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Yeah, so this is the CPD. If you want to search for it, or let me see. This YouTube, sorry, I'm trying to. Trying to see where the IT. There's somewhere you can actually search. That's what I'm looking for. But any question while I'm trying to get this sorted out? CV Pro. Any other question from anyone? No other question. Yeah, because of our time, I can't take my time. But yes, is there. You just have to go to CPD providers. I think they've changed their website. Sector segment. So this is the website anyway. This is the certification body. Well, I'll need to look for how to search members on their website. I'm sure when you have a free time, because of our time, I'm rushing. So, but yes, it's there. You search for, you see a list of providers. We are under the IT. You can search under the IT, but I think they've changed. So I don't want to waste our time. So, but yes, we are there. Our certification number, if you go on our Instagram page, you see our registration number on our Instagram page as well. So that's not something to hide or something to joke about anyway. All right. Adefila, is that a new hand? Adefila.
Not at all, not at all. Sorry, sir.
All right, it's the old one. All right. So yeah, thanks everyone for your time, and hopefully we are going to see more of you on the journey, and we can rewrite the story together. But again, for any question after this session, you can reach me on that number on your screen. Terry, you remember something? What's your IG? Learn with Pride. Everything we do is Learn with Pride. On Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. Just search for Learn with Pride. That's our name. We are there. On any social media, Learn with Pride.
Hello, Cliffy. One question, please. Before you...
Yes, Derek, go on. Go for it.
Can we pay to your local bank? Transfer to your local bank?
Which of the local bank? The UK one?
No. The Nigerian bank.
Yes, you can.
Okay, then.
Yeah, yes.
So when we pay, we forward this payment advice to you.
To this number, yes, please.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Terry. So Faith, the IG name is Learn with Pride. On all social media is Learn with Pride. I'm trying to respond to you, but I don't know what's happening. But I just put it on the chat now. It's Learn with Pride on all social media. So thanks everyone for your time. We really appreciate it. Oh, you just followed us. Okay, thanks. And hopefully we can rewrite the story together. We look forward, seeing you on the journey. And please, for any question, chat me up on that number. Thanks everyone for your time, and hope to see you soon on the journey. Have a good night rest and be safe out there. Thanks. Good night.